가운데 사람 뽑으면 돼, 가면. 많이 없어. 맞아. 딱 앉고. 나이스. 빵꾸 우측보다 우측도 괜찮아 가요. 잠시만요. 네, 알겠습니다. 넘어가. 생각 안 해도 돼. 살짝 불편하구나. 네, 하겠습니다.
Some very interesting golf already through the first couple of holes. We have seen a hole in one. Im Jin Hee snagging an ace on the 11th to get inside the top 10 at 7 under. Well, there's parity at the top of the leaderboard. Lim Hee-jung and Hong Jong-min deadlocked at 11 under par. Shot clear of the rookie Kwon Seo-yeon, who's putting together a fine performance this afternoon. She's 3 under par through 8 holes. And Lee Ga-young very much in the conversation, fresh off a nice birdie at the par 4 8th to get to within 2 at 9 under par. Hee-jung on the 8th. Right alongside Hong Jong-min on the leaderboard and on the green. It's Kim Hee-jun, who is first to putt to try to join Ga-young at 9 under and join Lee Ga-young. She does. Brilliant birdie there from Kim Hee-jun. Lim Hee-jung, beg your pardon. Apologies for that graphical mistake. So Hee-jung moves one clear. As I mentioned, she's right alongside Hong Jong-min. So, 20-year-old Hong Jong-min with the opportunity to draw level once again. Two of them were engaged in a titanic tussle in the semi-finals of the Doosan match play. Jong-min eventually coming out on top on the second extra hole. Went on to beat Lee Won in the finals en route to a first KLPGA title. Hee-jung, she's got 4 of them, including a major in her rookie season, the 2019 KB Financial Group Star Championship. Now, can Jong-min answer? Identical putt for a 3. Now, just peels off on the right-hand side. Still, she's 3 under on the day, putting all the pressure she can on her playing partner and current tournament leader, Lim Hee-jung. What a moving day we have in store. So up to 9, and Choi Hee-young, the 2008 Rookie of the Year. Second shot from 170 on this long par 4. Hanging line with the ball below her feet, but she's trying to turn one in from right to left. Oh, making a very good fist of it. If that stays at the top level, which it will, that's going to be a birdie putt. Very nicely done. Now this is Kim for a birdie to get to 9 under, go level with Ga-young. Oh, just hangs high. Got it a 67 yesterday afternoon, second lowest round of the day, but yet to record a birdie this afternoon, the 22-year-old. Here is Lee Ga-young. Just through the fairway, 161 meters. Pins on that upper level of this split-tiered green. Trying to chase it out from the lower level. Is it going to have enough steam? No, just going to trickle back down. Touch unlucky from Lee Ga-young. Still, nothing disastrous. Rainbow Hills, we have seen, it offers up plenty of birdie opportunities if you can keep your ball in play off the tee. Park Min-ji ran through the fairway. This isn't all too bad with this whole location. Land it on the front and it'll run up. Doesn't have to worry about spin. Here it comes up the slope, but no, just like Lee Ga-young, that one going to trickle back down to the lower first tier of this green. Park Min-ji looking to become only the 3rd woman to successfully defend the Korean Women's Open. Last person to do that, Song Bo-bae. 2004. Final group of the day have made their way to the par 4 9th tee, and it's a beast of a hole at 374 meters. It's a tiny little landing spot, and the fairway meanders from right to left. There's one big bunker up the left-hand side. Players will have to avoid. A lot of the field going to be in this spot right about where that 150-meter graphic is. But the real challenge comes with the second shot. What do you do? It's 2-tiered green, split level. Big today on that slightly higher tier, guarded by a little crest on the front. 29 paces from the front and just 6 from the left. Want to leave yourself a decent look at birdie, you have to be on the upper deck of this 2-level green. A very assured performance so far for Hee Jong. Wow. 3 fairways yesterday in her round of 66. But she's going to miss one there on the 9th and settle down into that thick rough. We'll have to see what options she has from there. Hong Jung-min. Did finish 24th last year at this championship. Like Hee Jung missing the cut at the KLPGA Championship 2 months ago. You wouldn't know it. She's swinging like that. That is very, very good indeed. But like Lim Hee Jung, just skipping through the fairway. Although that looks like a slightly better lie for the Doosan match play champion. Kim Ji-hyun. Some pro all the way back in 2018. She lost her card at the end of last season. Went back to Q school. Finished 33rd, so got it back. Languishing in 73rd on the money list. 3 missed cuts this year. And all 3 players in the final group missing the 9th fairway. Up on the green, Ga Young first to putt. Slow first third of the putt, coming up that fairly steep bank, and then he'll start to swing from left to right. All about pace, this one. Snuggle it up close, leave yourself a tap in for 4. Just needed a little bit more oomph from Lee Ga Young. Runner-up at the KLPGA Championship to U.S. Women's Open champion Alim Kim. Followed that up with a runner-up finish at the Kyochon Honey Ladies Championship the very next week. Now out to the back 9 and the 13th hole, we find Park Hyun-kyung having a very good afternoon. This for birdie to get the 2-time KLPGA Championship winner to 8 under par. Lovely roll from Park Hyun-kyung. Yet to miss a cut this season. Really hasn't been much of a factor. Incredible 10th place finish in defense of her back-to-back KLPGA Championship titles at Ildong Lakes. 5th at the Mediheal. Those are only 2 top 10s. Save for that double bogey at the 3rd. Goodness me, Park Hyun-kyung would be right in it. 6 birdies on the card. Making the most of soft and benign conditions at Rainbow Hills. The lady who pipped her to the title last year has this for birdie at 9. Pace not quite high enough for Park Min-ji. By the time she teed it up at Rainbow Hills last year, she was already a 4-time winner. A 3-time winner, I should say. The Nick Sensate 9 Masters, the Doosan match play, the Celtrion Queens, and the NH Ladies Championship, for bagging her 5th title in her first 10 starts at this championship. Brilliant second shot to leave herself this for birdie. Still got a lot of movement in this for Choi. Just seen Min-ji's putt snap right. It's on a better line, but it just lacked the conviction. So hard, those left to righters for right-handed players. Within touching distance is Choi Hee-young. Best finish at this championship came in her rookie season. Back in 2008, finishing 8th that year. a certain Shin Ji-ai triumphed. Now, Lim Jin-young on the back nine. As for birdie at the par 5/10, playing alongside Yu Hei-ran. Okay, no problems. Grabs a piece of the cup and drops in for a first birdie of her third round. Gets her back inside the top 25. Lovely fall from Lim Jin-young to start her inward half. Ga Young has a club that lets her down over the weekend on the KLPGA Tour. You have to argue, might be the putter. It's not lack of technique or poor strokes. Doesn't hit putts hard enough. Lacks conviction. That one certainly was nicely holed. So a tidy outward half of 34, bogey free. Ga Young hits to the back nine at 9 under. Park Min-ji set the record for most money earned in a single season last year. Record previously held by Park Sung-hyun. 1.3 billion. Park Min-ji banking just over 1.5 billion Korean won. 6 wins, a major championship, the points list, the money list. And so far in 2022, she's the only player who's won multiple titles. Yeah, well done. Very efficient from that range. Just the one birdie coming back on the second hole for Park Min-ji. Well placed at 8 under par, as is this lady, Choi Hee-young. Okay. No problems for Choi. She began the day at 8 under par. Zip up to the back nine. Rookie Kwon Seo-yeon, her third shot into the par 5/10. Reading the lie very nicely. Hard to get it close to a front left hole location, particularly coming out of the rough, but that's nicely done from 20-year-old Kwon. Lim Hee-jung. Ball really looked like it nestled down quite quickly into that thick rough. Gotta just play for the front edge of the green and hope it scampers up. Oh. That was really an unlucky break with the tee shot to find a lie that bad, and that's really no walk in the park bunker shot now. She's left herself. Long bunker shot, trying to carry it to a top level. So problems for the tournament leader. Leaves the door open for Hong Jung-min, who's drawn a slightly better lie. The equation is the same. Just carry it on the front third of the green. If it releases up, great. If it doesn't, no problems. Oh, and that one's left in a hurry. Goodness me, Hong Jung-min. Wow. Had the better lie, but that was bizarre. It looked like the rough caught the hosel of the club and hooded the face of that 5-iron. Ball took off left and hooking never had a chance, so well, she will declare this as a provisional ball. Right when you thought Lim Hee-jung would give the chasing pack a sniff, her closest challenger goes ahead and does that. Kim Hee-jun. Well, how do you respond? One right, one left. And this one up the right as well. Short of the bunker. Goodness me, the final group making an absolute hash of this difficult ninth. I have to say, Kim Hee-jun probably in the best spot of the three. Loads of green to work with. Fluffy lie in the rough. But Hong Jung-min, that was bizarre. That swing she just made, tucking it into real trouble on the left-hand side of 9. So she's taking a drop. This is a provisional now. it was the first time around. The line looks okay. It's the situation between her ears, though. That's much better. It's going to get a little help from that slope. Okay, not too bad. It's on the green. Does she want to go down and find that first ball? Because there is the trees, thick rough, all sorts of problems down the left-hand side of 9. 1.2 billion Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week at the 36th Korean Women's Open. 300 million Korean won up top for the lady who will lift the trophy at the end of play tomorrow afternoon. How costly is that shot going to be for Hong Jung-min on the 9th? She has been in the mix in major championships before. Last year at the Hanwha at Jade Palace, through in a final round of 73 to finish just outside the top 10. Lee Da-yeon winning that week. 3 wood for Ga-yeon. Start the back 9. Nobody's going to get home in 2 on the par 5 10th. Just got to keep that ball in play, keep the golf course in front of you. That's exactly what Lee Ga-yeon has done. Couple of par 5s here at Rainbow Hills. Just ask the question, can you hit 2 solid straight shots in a row? Hong Jung-min doesn't want to be thinking about that now. She's venturing down the side of the hill on 9, which tells me perhaps she's found it. Well, yeah, it's a caddy down there on the left-hand side. They're looking as if they've found the ball and identified it, but what kind of shot does she have from that spot? Of course, we can't see the lie from this camera angle. We'll leave her and her team to try to figure out what to do from there. Quickly go up to 10 and the defending champ. That's a much better swing there. It's a big drive for Park Min-ji. Fairway really pinches in. Trouble up the left. A lot of trouble up the right. No trouble to the 8-time winner on the KLPGA Tour. Rounding out this group, Jae Young. Turns 32 in a couple of months, does the 2-time KLPGA champion. Lost her way over the last few seasons, but very nice to see her playing back to the form we know she can certainly compete at. Okay, Hong Jung-min. Oh, that does not look like an appetizing lie. Deep in the salad. And, well, she's put the ball up. Is she going back down the fairway to play another? Because your options for an unplayable lie would be take that spot between yourself and the pin and go as far back as you want, take 2 club lengths, or go back down the fairway and re-hit. So maybe she thinks she can do better going back down the fairway. No problems for Jung-min. Up on 10. Seo-yeon to get within 1. I think it snaps that hard. It's okay. Par does the scorecard no damage, and with the struggles of the leaders in the group, a couple of players behind, Seo-yeon at 10 under par. He's well placed. So Jung-min will march back down the 9th. Kim Hee-jun. Shot, high, soft pitch, played very nicely by Hee-jun. Good chance to save a par. keep it as close as possible to where she originally played from. Of course, she can't play a provisional ball since she found her original. Therefore, she had to make the decision based on what her options were with her first ball. Play it, take an unplayable. 2 club lengths wasn't an option. She'd still be in trouble. Going back down the other side of that hill wasn't an option. So for the third time in a 10-minute span, Hong Jung-min with this 5-iron into the 9th. Certainly wishes she could play her provisional ball. So 4th shot now for Hong Jung-min. Has to be looking just left of the TV tower at the back of the green. That's where it started. Is it going to carry the trap? Yes, it will. Oh, hello. Look at this golf shot from Hong Jung-min. Oh, that's some heart and resilience right there. Brilliant stuff from Hong Jung-min. Tell you what, that could be the bogey of the day, should she pop that one in. Let's have a look at what players face when they start the back 9 here at the Robert Trent Jones Jr. designed Rainbow Hills Golf and Country Club. The par 5 10th. Water up the left-hand side, trouble up the right. Those fairway bunkers don't really come into play unless you hit driver off the tee, but why would you? It's a 3-shot hole. Just find the short stuff off the tee. It's the second shot that really gives the players fits, because look at the width of that fairway, framed by foliage on both sides and a cart path up the left. A lot of players leave themselves right in between that 100 to 50 meter range. Give themselves a nice flat lie. The third shot, not too challenging, but you do play to an elevated green. Today the whole location on this par 5, just 9 from the front and 4 from the left in a little flat front section. 5 is a good score on this opening hole of the back 9. All 3 players in this group keeping their balls in play. Just hit 3-wood off the tee. Safety first. Got a rescue club up now. Anything in the left half of this fairway is no problem, because the fairway does kick from left to right. Case in point right there. 2 good hits from Lee Ka-young. Think about attacking this flag now, if she so chooses, blissfully unaware to the problems of Lim Hee-jong and Hong Jung-min and the final group behind them. Sitting okay for Choi Hee-young. All the way back in 2007, 15 years ago. Won twice in the first 2 seasons, won Rookie of the Year honors, and just lost her way over the last couple of years. 239 meters to the hole. She just tried to pop this about 185. Yeah, well done. Excellent position, slightly flatter lie than Ka-young's. Jong. Looks like that ball's released into the further up portion of the bunker, so slightly easier still. Has to be wary with this. Easy to hit it fat off the upper line. Not her best, but leaves herself an opportunity for par. She knows Hong Jung-min can do no better than a bogey 5, so should she pop that in, it's going to be a 2-shot lead. ENG hit driver off the tee. It's always been curious, because now she has to aim a little bit further right, take it over the trouble. Can't get there from here. Certainly should be hard pressed to get there from here. Oh my gosh darn it, she almost made it. In the greenside trap. Well, errors from tournament leader and her closest pursuer. certainly have given the chasing pack a bit of hope. Lim Hee-jung could snuff out that hope. She salvages a sandy par save here on the 9th. About a cup outside the left, straight up the hill. Not for the first time this week at the Korean Women's Open. He's just leaving their putt short. Still 1 under par outward half. 11 under par sets the pace. Lim Hee-jung, as she was the start of the day, all alone at the top. Well, Park Hyun-kyung, could you make it 7 birdies today? Downhill left to righter on the way at 14. Oh, tantalizingly close for Park Hyun-kyung. He stood in the 72nd tee 12 months ago, tied for the lead with Park Min-ji before a bogey on the final hole cost her the championship. '36 playing of the National Open of South Korean women's golf. See Lim Hee-jung at 11 under par temporarily, tied with Hong Jung-min, but well, Jung-min can do no better than a bogey 5 at the 9, so it will be Lim Hee-jung who takes the lead into the back 9 Saturday afternoon here at Rainbow Hills, about 20 kilometers outside of Yeomsun County. Park Hyun-kyung putting together a very nice round. She's 4 under on the day, as is her playing partner Im Jin-hee, not too long by a hole-in-one on the 11th hole. Jung-min. As for the 5 of the championship. Oh, and she has got it. That is a brilliant display of resilience from Hong Jung-min. It's a drop shot, but it's going to feel like a birdie 3 to the 20-year-old. Goes out in 2 under par 34 and stays within 1 of Lim Hee-jung. Hee-jun for a nice up and down. And she's picked up a shot on the lead just by making par. It's a couple of birdies, though. You don't feel you're going to see mistakes like that from Lim Hee-jung and Hong Jung-min too much throughout the next 27 holes. Third shot's now into 10 for the penultimate group. Choi Hee-young to strike the first blow. 74 meters left to a slightly elevated green. That's flag hunting. Very nicely played from Choi Hee-young. Just above the hole. It's a good look at birdie. That would be to draw her within 2. Just a yard closer, but a slight hanging lie, so it's going to be coming in with a touch of cut spin. It's advantageous when you're playing to a front flag, but not so much when it's a front left hole location. So Guy's got to look just left of the pin. It's a little unlucky, just pitched off that shoulder. Kicked it forward. Still, outside look at a birdie for Lee Ga-young. Back down on the tee box. Wood or Lim Hee-jung. This is a good play. I like this club. It really does pinch in where these players would hit driver. Excellent tempo, one of the best swingers of the golf club out on the KLPGA Tour. And that's saying something because most of these girls have very textbook golf swings. Hong Jung-min. One shot back. Jun. A couple further behind. So much can happen. It's a major championship. It means so much to these players. First time Kim Jun's been in this position. Final group at a major. 2 going with the 3-wood. Just up the left-hand side. Well, that's going to limit her options. For a second shot. Already working out. Going to have a very long third shot in. Hong Jung-min. 3-wood choice of club as well for the match play champion. Green in the distance is snaking par 5. Goes right to left at the start, then down and up and back out to the right. It's driver for Hong Jung-min. This is a bold play. Let's keep this up the left-hand side. That is very nicely done. Fine position now. Is she going to be tempted to try to adopt a similar strategy of Park Min-ji? Min-ji in the group ahead. Try to drive into the narrowest part of that fairway. 220 odd yards left, meters left. Has found this greenside trap. Oh no, is she on the bank of the slope? If she is, it's a good break. Ball come out high and soft. Just what you need for a front pin. Oh, the gamble is going to pay off for Park Min-ji. That is an exquisite bit of touch from last year's champion. I feel she's pretty much assured of getting to 9 under par. Well, to the lady with a hole-in-one on the scorecard today, Im Jin-hee, for a birdie at 14. Right to left in this. Nicely done. And Im Jin-hee, well, how about that scorecard? Now gets to 8 under par. Within 3 of the lead. She's the defending champion next week at Fortune Hills at the BC Card Han Kyung Ladies Cup. Could she be going into a title defense as a major champion? Still a lot of golf to play this week. At the Korea Women's Open. Ga Young on 10. Downhill putt. Moving to her left. A chance to get to double digits under par. Had a chance, just forgot to hit it. No problems. As you said on that flyover, 5 on 10. Not a bad score. Pretty happy to take that 4 days here at Rainbow Hills. A lot of proverbial banana skins out there. Choi Hee-young, golden opportunity to sneak out a 4. No, and that's high. It was high all the way. Well, she's given herself chances, just hasn't been able to take them. It's a bit disappointing. No, just the par then. 8th place, her best finish in this championship. That came 14 years ago. Last year's winner has to get within 2. So rock solid over these putts. Watch how still she keeps her head. Rock the shoulders, pick it out of the middle. Brilliant. Risk reward. Par 5 yields a reward for Park Min-ji. Lucky to go back to back after her win at the Celtrion Queens last week. Hee-jung. The furthest right golf cart in the distance, right over the top of her visor. That would be the ideal line. Just a fraction left. It's going to carry him around, you'd think. Here it comes. Oh, going to have a similar kind of hanging line that Lee Ga-young had. Oh, this is rather unpleasant. Oh, Kim Hee-jun. Far up, close to the lip of that bunker. It's a fairly lofted club here. Clear the lip. Oh, this one leaking a touch right. That's okay, it's in the fairway, but that's right at the bottom of the hill. It's going to be a long third shot. Well below the level of the green. Hong Jung-min. How far does she have left here? 229. She's looking up the left-hand side. So it's a little layup as well. Yeah, good swing. Little baby cut off the left edge of the fairway. All right, nicely done. But that's what befuddles me about the play with driver off the tee. Why would you hit driver if you're going to be laying up? Seems like an unnecessary risk to take. Seems to have worked out all right for Hong Jung-min, though. Now, Jung Ji-min not having a pleasant afternoon. She's back at 6 under par. 78 meters into the par 4 12. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, it's nicely played. Back amongst the birdies on the 12th for Jung Ji-min. Slightly offline here for Lim Jin-young. Good news is it's dry. The bad news is that looks like a very heavy lie. Overhanging branches shouldn't bother her too much. I suppose the good news is with that flag in the right, it sort of opens up the angle a bit. Has to carry this about 5 paces past the front edge. It will release out. Yeah, well worked out. Lovely shot there. Minji on the 11th. A hole that's yielded a hole-in-one already today. It's cut on the right edge of the green. Oh, very nicely played for Park Min-ji. Started the season slow, did Park Min-ji, but she certainly made amends over the last 5 weeks. Defending her title at the NH Ladies Championship and again at the Celtrion Queens last week. Leads the money list. Now, Lee Ga-young. With 8 iron, trying to muscle one up there. That's what happens sometimes. Take the shorter club, try to cover it a little bit more. You de-loft it, you pull it a fraction long left. No problems. Hitting greens, give yourself chances. That's what you need to do. Ga-young's knocked on the door plenty of times in her career so far. It's a when, not if. She collects her first title. Now, Joy, you think this would be a 7 iron? Indeed it is. Looking swing just creeps onto the left fringe of the green. No problems. She's going to need to find some birdies to try to keep pace with the likes of Lim Hee-jung and even her playing partner Lee Ga-young. Now back to 12 and what you think would be a straightforward tap in for Jung Ji Min. Back to 7 under. Yeah, well done. Nice 3. Third of the day. Jung Ji Min sneaks into the top 10 at 7 under par. Long way back was an understatement. And Kim Hee-jun just about see the flag on the flagstick. The TV tower will be her target here. It's a good 10-15 yards uphill. And off the uphill lie as well. Easy to turn the club face over. And that's what she's done. Okay. Skips out of the thick rough and into the bunker. It's not disastrous. It's still going to take a little touch to salvage a par as she did on the previous hole. I guess that hanging lie I was talking about for Lim Hee-jung. Slightly below her feet. It looks like it's on a bit of an upslope as well, so I think she's got to look between the flag and the left edge of the green. So stable over the ball. That's a very nice shot from Lim Hee-jung. Hee-jung does what Gai Young couldn't. Carries it far enough with a bit of spin. Leaves herself underneath the hole. With the exception of that second shot into 9, really not giving the chasing pack much of a sniff. Hong Jung-min, much flatter lie, a little bit further up. She can see Hee-jung's ball. She knows she's going to have to continue to hit good shots to keep her chances alive. Well, anything you can do, I can do better. What a response from Hong Jung-min, and if this continues, well, we're in for a brilliant next 27 holes from the pair of players who squared up in the semi-finals of the Doosan match play. 1-0 to Hong Jung-min. Hee-jung to turn the tables this week at Rainbow Hills. Up to the 15th. Par 4 that wreaked havoc on day 1 for the players. Offered up a lot of birdies yesterday. We'll see what it gives us this afternoon. Hyun Kyung just short of the green. And some sticky rough. Oh, well, safe to say Park Hyun Kyung's not enjoying the 15th hole so far on Saturday. Well, a brilliant battle transpiring at the top of the leaderboard. Hee-jung and Jung-min in close on the 10th. Park Min-ji finding a birdie to start her back 9. Leads a group of 3 players at 9 under, which includes Lee Ga-young and Kwon Seo-yeon, just 2 back. But it's still, as it was the beginning of the day, Lim Hee-jung in charge on day 3 at the Korean Women's Open. Kim Hee-jun's got a decent lie in this greenside bunker on 10. Not a ton of room to work with, as you can see there. A couple of options. Try to carry it 4 or 5 feet short of the pin with a bit of spin and speed, or dump it on the fringe and just have it kick out to the hole. Oh, looked like she was caught between two mines there. Just decelerated, which you cannot afford to do in greenside bunkers. A little clunky from Kim Hee-jun. Yeah, go up to the 12th and Kwon Seo-yeon. 68 meters left, but we've seen this shot before. He's back in some heat, should be good. Just scampers on a little bit further than she would have liked, but well played. Now to 11. And Choi. Oh, that one needs to hurry. That one needs to hurry. Perhaps just feeling a sense of the occasion here. Choi Hee-young. Start to get nervous. Everything starts to tighten up. You don't release the putter head quite as much as you should. Now Hyun-kyung right up against the collar of rough. Trying to play a little stab and run. Yeah, very nicely judged by Park Hyun-kyung. And that is going to be a bogey for the two-time KLPGA Championship winner, Lee Ga-young. Slightly downhill, but not much. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to miss a putt, miss it with pace. You can learn something once that ball releases past the hole, or rolls past the hole, I should say. And you give it a chance. Never up, never in. That's the old adage. Kim Hee-jun, take 2 on the 10th hole. Putter out this time, and there's a significant amount of movement from left to right. You can see where she's aiming. It's a good 1.5 feet left. Oh, but it's a wonderful 5. Well, still no birdies on the scorecard. That's a great par save for Kim Hee-jun. No pictures on the scorecard. It all tots up to a par. Now, Minji is right to left her for birdie. That one was under red and over hit. Goodness. Minji now under pressure to save par at 11. Back on 10. Hee-jung trying to get to 12 under. Hong Jung-min in close. Oh, never a doubt. Lim Hee-jung pick it out of the middle. Brilliant bounce back after the bogey at the 9th. For the moment, enjoying a 2-shot cushion. It's an important putt for the psyche of Choi Hee-young. This for par. Oh, well done. Well done. That's a big putt just to settle the nerves a little for Choi Hee-young. Over to you, Hong Jung-min. It was a lovely response with a wedge in hand. This would be a lovely response to the birdie of the tournament leader. Very good for Hong Jung-min. Park Min-ji. Inside left edge, nice and positive. Oh my goodness. Lovely tee shot. Really poor first putt. And unfortunately a 3-putt bogey on 11. It's going to slide Park Min-ji back down to 8 under par. First look today at Roh Seong-hui. And to claw her way a shot closer. Oh, very well done Third birdie of the day, piecing together a very tidy day 3. She gets to 8 under par in a share of 6, but no one's making bigger moves than Im Jin Hee, who's got this for a birdie to get to 9 under. Oh, very nicely done. Back-to-back birdies for Im Jin Hee. Moves into a share of 3rd with Lee Ga-young. Kim Hee-jun. Oh, Hyun Kyung to drop just the 1. All right, limits the damage. Second drop shot of moving day. Slip Park Hyun Kyung back to 6 under. Hyun Se Lin, first look at her today for a birdie at 12. Oh, she likes this hole. You just know she likes this hole. Very nicely done for Hyun Se Lin. One of the early tournament leaders, birdied 5 straight holes from 11 through 15, starting on the 10th Thursday afternoon. It's a section of the golf course that has been very kind to her. Back to 11, and the lady in control of this championship. Lim Hee-jung. It should be, you'd think there should be an ace iron for Hee-jung. See that pin on the right-hand side of the green. Just try to keep it pin high, and just short of pin high. Never looks like she's forcing anything. I'd say that's going to be right about pin high. I think she's in control of her golf ball. Fantastic stuff from Lim Hee-jung. Never looks like she tries to bellow at it too hard. You see Lee Ga-young, even Park Min-ji. It seems like there's a lot of acceleration through the impact zone to get speed and distance. All feels very effortless for Lim Hee-jung. Almost like a Joo Hyung Kim on the men's tour. She wants to crank up the speed. Doesn't look like she's forcing it. Hong Jung-min has played the par 3s well this week. 3 under on the short holes. Once again, in a very match play-like situation. She's seen the tournament leader stick it close. She's got 1 more club in hand. It's a 7 iron for Jung-min. Just a fraction left, not by much. How good are these two playing right now? Lim Hee-jung and Hong Jung-min going toe-to-toe Saturday afternoon at Rainbow Hills with a major championship on the line. And somewhere in there is Kim Hee-jun, who's hanging tough. They don't give the trophy out on Saturday evening. He knows it comes in 24 hours' time. Just has to be within touching distance. Anything can happen at these major championships. It's an 8 iron. So starting on a much bolder line. Oh, right over the top of it. There's a reason why these 3 players are in the final group today. 3 excellent tee shots to the 11th. Lim Hee-jung. 1 shot clear and in closest on the par 3. Up to the 12th, and Kwon Seo-yeon to get to double digits under par. Ooh, just stays high. Okay. 9 under, within 3 for the moment. Penultimate group has gotten off the tee at 12. ENG, Choi Hee-young, Lee Ga-young, still keeping their balls on dry land. ENG straight up the middle, Young up the left. She's first to play from just over 80 meters. It just looks a little loose right now from Choi Hee-young. No damage done on the green. He needs to start peppering pins. She's going to be lapped by the quality of golf put on by Lim Hee-jung and Hong Jung-min and the group behind. Park Min-ji would be seething after that unforced error back on 11. But she, like so many great champions before, has a wonderful ability to respond. That's a response here on 12. Perfect tee shot up the middle. And a very fine second shot, but a little unlucky. Didn't grab on the second bounce, instead kick forward. Thought it looked like a good strike. She's as puzzled as we are. Kim Hee-jun. Downhiller for birdie. Should just sneak right at the start and straighten up when he gets to the hole. The first birdie of the day comes at 11 for Kim Hee-jun, back to where she began the weekend at 9 under par. Ga-young just out of the rough. It's an awkward little angle with the back right pin. She has room to work with. Doesn't look like it from where she's standing. That's a clever shot. Just take it a little bit left, a little bit long. Leave yourself a birdie putt. Don't force the issue when you're slightly out of position. Now, Hong Jung-min to strike on 11. Is it going to turn? Oh, it went the other way. So, opportunity for Lim Hee-jung to double her advantage at the top. Hong Jung-min just a par 3 at the 11th. Hee-jung. It's interesting, though. I would have thought that Jung-min's putt would move a fraction left at the hole, but it looked like it moved right. Interesting to see if Lim Hee-jung has picked up on that. But from where this is sitting, this is pretty much a dead straight putt. Pick a spot a couple of inches in front of your ball and just try and roll your ball over that spot. Keep that head nice and steady for a 2-shot lead. Brilliant. Her advantage is doubled at the top. The birdie start to the back 9 takes Lim Hee-jung to 13 under par. That's now 5 clear of Park Min-ji. Be looking a cup and a half right here on 12. Good effort. It was a good roll. Just a fraction unlucky, you'd have to say, with that bounce on her second shot. At a par, we'll keep her at 8 under. Well capable of reeling off birdies in bunches, this 22-year-old. To the veteran in the group, 31-year-old Choi Hee-young. She find one from mid-range. Like a much more positive stroke. Good effort. Both her wins on the KLPGA Tour coming in 2008, but her win at the China Open, technically counted for the 2009 season. Now, Ga-young got a little teach with the line from Min-ji's putt. See if she chooses to give it more pace or more break. Lee Ga-young, especially having seen Park Min-ji's putt just before her. Park at 9 under. And unfortunately, you just get the sense it could be a case of Ildong Lakes all over again, just getting out golfed by the ladies up top. Young taps in for a par. Back on this severely elevated tee. Plays 39 meters downhill. Kim Hee-jun with the honor. Yep, no problems there. Just up the left-hand side. I mean, that tee box on 12, the signature par 4, practically up the side of a cliff. It's a picturesque spot on the golf course, but it's rather scary when you're standing on it, because you know that ball's going to spend a lot of time in the air. That fairway looks minuscule. Lim Hee-jung swinging it with confidence. You find this fairway, you're thinking birdie. Nice looking swing from Lim Hee-jung. She's found the fairway. And it's the correct side of the fairway. Up the left half. Opening up the angle to this back right hole location. Hong Jung-min, the deficit now 2. Just up the left-hand side. They catch the rough, but that should be fine for Hong Jung-min. Lim Hee-jung, the exception of that bogey 5 at the 9th, has been in very good shape. Now enjoys a 2-shot lead. Making her way off the 12th tee. While the final group make their way off the 12th, let's give you a preview of what's to come on the par 4 13. Much like the 12th, the tee shot plays slightly downhill, and this fairway turns from right to left with trouble all the way up the left-hand side of this 368-meter par 4. The pair of bunkers in the distance on the right-hand side will be the start line for most players. How brave do you want to be? Trap a little draw down there, hope to get a big kick, leave yourself a short wedge in, or do you play it up to the top of that slope, giving yourself a longer but flatter lie? Pin today on the 12th in the back right section, or the middle right section I should say, 25 from the front and 4 from the right. On the screen, as you can tell from the heat map, everything slopes from back to front and from right to left. I am looking at the left of the 2 bunkers. She can rope one round, skirt the edge of the penalty area. There's a big mound that can kick the ball forward and down the hill. Just gonna miss it, I think, but that's fine. Good tee shot from Lee Ga-young. So give yourself the best angle to this right hole. You almost want to be hugging the left edge of this fairway as much as you can, but the problem with that is, you saw from that overhead flyover, there's water and nasty things all the way up the left-hand side. It does afford you the best angle for this right hole location. Choi Hee-young also with the big stick. That's very nice now. That's going to keep on trucking. A good tee shot from Choi Hee-young. Just in the left half of the fairway. Much shorter shot in. Much better angle. Can she take advantage? ENG. These holes that suits her eye. Player that enjoys working the ball right to left. He picks up that tee. Tells you that ball in the perfect spot. Left edge of the fairway. Very nicely done for Park Min-ji. Two players successfully defended their Korean Women's Open titles. Park Min-ji looking for another slice of history this week at Rainbow Hill. She'll have to topple this lady though, Lim Hee-jung. Setting quite the torrid pace at 13 under par. Similar shot to the one that she had into the 10th. Little cut up wedge and a similar result. Wonderful distance control from Lim Hee-jung. Even when she misses it slightly, it's always pin high. That is really the big differentiating factor between just a regular professional and players like Lim Hee-jung at the top of their game. Good distance control. Always leave yourself a reasonable putt for birdie. A couple of yards closer, here's Kim Hee-jun. See if she can kick off from that first birdie of the day. 72 meters to a green that is ever so slightly elevated. Just that little shoulder about 10 paces before this whole location, which you'll need to carry lest you get a very spicy bounce. Just pitched it on the wrong side. Too close to that shoulder, and it's just kicked on a fraction. Still, made a putt from about that range for birdie at the 11th. It's giving herself another look from that 25-foot range for a birdie at 12. Now all the way down there, Hong Jung-min can see the bottom of the flagstick, can see the lay of the green. And what option does she take? Try to fly it high and soft, or does she land it short of that shoulder? Sort of back foot run a sand wedge in there. What suits her eye? A little bit clunky. She tried to play the former, just didn't quite nip it as she would have liked. Coming out low, catching the back edge of the green. Hee-jung's fine play is forcing the mistakes. Now, Im Jin-hee already made a hole-in-one today. A hole-in-one on 17. See her driving off in that brand new Audi. 3 straight birdies coming into this hole. 14, 15, and 16. But, oh, well, that's caught the big hole. Greenside trap on the penultimate par 3. It's going to be no easy up and down for Im Jin-hee. Got the round of the day going. 7 under par. But under pressure at the 17th. Back to 13. And Lee Ga-young just down to the right half of the fairway. To a right pin. Trying to cut one up there. Oh, she has played an absolute stunner. Terrific shot from Lee Ga-young into the 13th. I beg your pardon for the misinformation. It's a front left flagstick. Silly me looking at the wrong hole on my little hole sheet here. It's 10 on and 5 left. Park Min-ji. Front left hole locations set up nicely for her. 103 meters. Start at the middle. Just turn a wedge over. Distance was right. Just hung it out a fraction. Not quite as sharp as we've seen Min-ji, particularly on day one. Now, Come on, Hee Young. Great tee shot. Green light flag here. 99 meters left. Look to be a better swing. And it's a much better result. It's going to get closer. Well played. Birdie chance on the horizon for Choi Hee Young. Lim Hee Jung has kept the pedal to the metal on this Saturday afternoon at Rainbow Hills. The overnight leader stretching her lead to 2 over Hong Jung Min. Im Jin Hee, hole in one and all, has got its double digits under par, but under pressure at the par 3 17th. Good to have your company this Saturday afternoon at the Korean Women's Open. Hong Jung Min will be first to putt on 12. Tricky one to read this. Just moves a fraction right at the start, then flattens out and turns back left at the hole. Good for pace. But really thinking, especially when you're chasing someone like Lim Hee Jung, got a birdie 12, probably 13 as well, just to keep pace with Hee Jung. Really hasn't made any mistakes today, really. Now, Im Jin Hee. Line looks to be okay. Not much green to work with, and it's all running away from her. Yeah, I mean, really had no shot from there. An error. Taking it out to the right on 17. So just as quickly as she got to double digits under par, she's under pressure to try to stay there. Now back to 12, and, well, Hee Jung to open up a 3-shot cushion. That will be massive. Just under 50-50 chance of holding this, according to statistics. About 2 cups outside the right. To the lovely line, just hung a hard left, 3 feet out. No problems. Par keeps her 2 in front. Tidy 4 for Lim Hee Jung at the 12th. Now, Minji. She start a little run here. This for birdie at 13. Up and over a little slope. Just moving to her right. Good effort. Steady par at 13 for Park Min-ji. 5's always the magic number. You're within 5 with 1 round to go. You're certainly very much in the picture. This lady's only within 4 with a chance to close that gap to 3. Kim Hee-jun, everyone we've seen from this side has been able to find the right line. Couple of players missing high, couple missing low. Lucky. Great roll from Kim Hee-jun. It's pars all round for the final group at 12. Im Jin Hee to avoid a second bogey of her round at 17. Oh, just wiggled off to the right. But the mistake was made with the tee shot from Im Jin Hee at the par 3. So just as quickly as she got to 10 under, she's going to slide back to 9. Now, come on, Hee Young. Left to righter. Left a little conviction. Losing that off on the low side. Park Min-ji unable to get off that 8 under par mark. Level par.
오케이. 딱 누르면 내가 이쪽으로. 거기 실결이니까.
Huge opportunity to get to 10 under. It's a delightful second shot. It's putts like these that have eluded Lee Ga-young in contention on a weekend on the KLPGA Tour. It's not going to elude her today. That's a wonderful 3 at the 13th for the 22-year-old. Birdie number 3 takes her within 3. Lee Ga-young now gets to double digits under par. Hee Jung. Staying aggressive. Got driver. Got to be looking at just in between those 2 bunkers. That is poetry in motion. The proverbial frozen rope just up the right-hand side. Going to run through into the secondary cut of rough. So technically good, this Lim Hee Jung. Kim Hee Jun. As a professional. This one's starting a long way right. It's going to get a nice soft bounce, but that's a long way back. And she's going to be coming out of the secondary cut of rough as well. It was a moment ago now, Hong Jung Min. Like the tournament leader, Lim Hee Jung, just going to roll through the green. So all three players in the final group missing the 13th fairway. Up to Park Ji-young on the 18th for a closing birdie. And a round of 66. Oh, that's a disappointing effort for Park Ji-young. But a very good round of golf. 69 to open, 72 yesterday. And 67 on moving day. Coming home in 32 shots. He'll start Sunday at 8 under par. Kim Soo-ji adopting to take out the flagstick this week. He's one of the big proponents of leaving the flagstick in when she won the Jinro Championship at Blue Heron at the end of last year. I suppose when you're that good, anything works. Nice birdie there to get her to 7 under. Kim Hee Jun, scruffy looking lie. Was forced to look out to the right, but oh, that one started left. There's trouble left. Oh, there is big trouble left, and Kim Hee Jun. That's just a poor mistake there. Poor tee shot, mental error with the second. Splash goes the ball of the lady at 9 under par. She surely just had to look out to the right, and you could say the same thing for Hong Jung-min and Lim Hee Jung. There is no glory in going for this flagstick. You're not going to get any spin on it coming out of this rough. It's going to release on by. Just take your medicine. Choose the percentage play. Jung-min looking out to the right half of the green with a wedge. Really hoisted that one up in the air. Got it to land very softly. That's a nice shot from Hong Jung-min. Brilliant, considering where that tee shot ended up. Well played. Now she puts the pressure on Lim Hee Jung. Hee Jung. Ball sitting down just a touch more than Hong Jung-min's. Same club in hand. Anything 20 feet past the flag and right, she would gladly take at this point, especially with her 2-shot lead. That was bold, but it's going to yield a brilliant result. Lim Hee Jung took a gamble pitching it that close to the front edge. But a wonderful result. Joe Min's thinking, what do I have to do to catch this girl? Have another look from behind the green. Again, not much room to work with. That hole's only 10 paces from the front. Actually pitches it in the fringe, kills the speed, takes that slope. For all intents and purposes, looking like a kick-in birdie to take Lim Hee Jung to 14 under par. He's playing some magnificent golf this week at Rainbow Hills, Lim Hee Jung, in search of major title number 2. Up ahead to the 14th, and Choi Hee-young finished runner-up in the Hanwha Classic back in 2011 for her best major championship result. Bit of miss club there for Choi Hee-young. All the way to the back of the 14th green. That's going to be a testy little two-putt for the 31-year-old. I wouldn't bother looking for that ball. We saw his splash. It's definitely wet. I suppose the good news for Kim Hee-jung, he should be able to drop it on an upslope and help her get plenty of loft on it, albeit coming out some thick rough. Now, Ga Young. Can she keep the momentum going? Second shot to 14 now. 86 meters left after a huge tee shot. Ooh, just a fraction short. It's going to roll back off the false front. That needed another 3-4 paces just to kick on a bit, not kill in the slope. That's okay for Lee Ga-young. Hee-jung is going to go tap in first for her birdie. And it's a birdie that moves Lim Hee-jung to 14 under par. 6th birdie of the day for the 21-year-old championship leader. Last to play into 14. Park Min-ji. Quite a severe uphill lie. Definitely wants to be looking a good yard or two past the yardage. Similar result to Lee Ga-young. That one's going to start trickling back, working its way to the front fringe. It's just the challenge of playing into 14 and 15 when they get up there. You deal with such severe uphill lies, very hard to get your weight and your energy onto your front foot. Very hard to get enough speed through the ball. So Kim Hee-jun, aided by one of the many KGA rules officials we have out the golf course this week, making sure she takes proper relief. So point of entry, it's 2 club lengths from there. She'll be dropping and playing 4. Always so confusing now. Well, not confusing, just such a strange sight to see players taking knee-high drops after it was, shoulder height for many years. But having said that, you go back down to the 70s, I believe, and players were dropping sort of over their shoulder, which was a sight to behold in itself. The USGA and the R&A decided a knee-high drop's the fairest way to drop a golf ball. That's what we go with. So while she works that out back on 13, Choi Hee-young sizing up this lengthy birdie putt on 14. Very happy to get down in 2 from here. Right to left at the start. Downhill all the way. Just about 45 feet. Keep going. Yeah, pretty good effort for Choi Hee-young. Well, it's pretty makeable, this. I thought you would have had to drop it a little bit further down the hill. It's a fairly flat spot. And it's a nicely played pitch, but it's going to be a second bogey of a 3rd round. Kim Hee-jun. Ga-young. Slow putt up the hill. Left to right. It's funny, that ball looked like it moved left just as it crested that ridge. Didn't meander back to the right as it got to the hole. The par's fine for Ga-young. And as things stand right now, she's cruising to tee it up in the final group tomorrow afternoon. Now, Hong Jung-min to close the gap to 2 once more. Turns quite hard to the right as it gets to the hole. Oh, but it didn't even have the speed. It was a brave shot. It's only going to be a par for Hong Jung-min. She now trails by 3 after that fantastic birdie from Lim Hee-jung. See if Park Min-ji was paying attention to Ga Yong's putt. He almost hit this straight, really. Good effort. That's what happens when you just don't get it past pin high, especially to front holes on 14. You've got that false front to contend with. Park Min-ji not really doing too much wrong today. She's 1 under on the card. But she and the rest of these players just getting lapped by Lim Hee-jung right now, who's taken it to 14 under par, standing on the 14th tee. It's a hole she's birdied over the first 2 days. Put it past her, making it a hat trick here on Saturday. So bold line up the right-hand side. Is it going to carry? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Lim Hee-jung. The golfing clinic continues here on day 3 at Rainbow Hills. Excellent tee shot from the championship leader. Hong Jung-min doing everything she can to keep pace. She's 3 under par, playing in the final group of a major championship on Saturday, and she's losing ground. That's how good Lim Hee-jung is playing. Something just putting off Jung-min there, so step back and reset. Definitely the right thing to do. Slightly more conservative line, working it in with a little fade. Fairway found for Lim Hee-jung's closest pursuer, Hong Jung-min. Unforced error, bogey 5 on 13 means Kim Hee-jun, last to play off this 14th tee, now 6 back in a share of 5th. Heading up the right-hand side. And that one going to snuggle up just past the ball of Lim Hee-jung. Had the lead for most of Friday afternoon before Lim Hee-jung carded some late birdies to eventually take a one-shot advantage into the weekend. And Lim Hee-jung continuing to keep her foot on the gas. A timely birdie after a brave shot into the 13th hole. Hee-jung's lead now 3. in. 9-9 from 102. It's probably the right club. Again, got to make sure you get it past that false front. Yep. Smart shot there, well played. Good execution, good thought process. It's going to give her a look from approximately 20 feet to try to cut into that lead of Lim Hee-jung. I'd say this has got to be a wedge here for the championship leader. Indeed it is, 88 meters left. Dialed in from this range so far this week. Sound of compression. Oh, well done. Just past the flag. Not taking any unnecessary risks. Thinking clearly and swinging well. There's a reason she's leading by 3. Now just 86 meters left. Oh, Kim Hee-jun. How brave does she want to be? She's 6 shots back. Needs to make something happen. Gonna make it up the slope, and now in case of deja vu, it's back off the front of the green. Roh Seong-hui, the easiest hole on the golf course. 77 meters left. Cannot afford to not make birdie. Chasing Hee-jung. Roh Seong-hui delivers a stunner. I think she's going to get to 9 under par in just a couple of moments. Choi Hee-young a hole back on 15, just tugging it a fraction left. Well, not disastrous, plenty of room to play with. You just get that feeling that her game is being held together by the slimmest of margins right now. Does not look comfortable one bit. Lee Ga-young, though, has looked very good. This one just going to catch the front edge. Okay, releases on. Certainly didn't get that one out of the sweet spot, but she'll have a birdie opportunity to come. She climbs the hill up to this 15th green. Seong-hui to tidy up for a 4 to get to 9 under, inside the top 5. Oh, well done. That's a good 4 and 16, a must if you are trying to hunt down Lim Hee-jung. Seong-hui collects a 4th birdie of her 3rd round. Now, Park Min-ji, big tee shot on the 15th. It's right in the middle of the green today. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot for Park Min-ji. It's going to have some swing in that. She, like the rest of the chasing pack, just needs to get something going. Well, sometimes you push too hard, you start making little silly mistakes. Uphill putt for Kim on the 14th. Really clob at that one. It's only rolled a 1.5 feet past the hole. Not to be a birdie for Kim Hee-jun. Rock solid par. Roh Seong-hui on the 17th. Cannot afford to miss this green right. Anything just past the pin and left is okay. So it looks to be on a nice line. Oh, just half a club short for Roh Seong-hui. For a hat trick of birdies. this 14th hole. Great view from down the line, just behind Lim Hee-jung. See what she's thinking. Looking out to the right, probably only inside of a cup of break. She loves this 14th hole, doesn't she? Lim Hee-jung, for the third day in a row, walks off the 14th with a 3. A 7th birdie of her third round. 15 under par leads the way. There is daylight now between Lim Hee-jung and Hong Jung-min. Sung Yoo-jin now on the 17th, playing alongside Roh Seong-hui. Oh, fine tee shot underneath the hole. Bang on line with it. Hong Jung-min was keeping pace with Lim Hee-jung over that front 9. But it's all starting to get away from her a touch. This to stay within 3. Also moving from right to left. Oh, she gave it the early walk. It was going to be a fist pump. Desperately unlucky for Hong Jung-min. She's played some very good golf. She's 3 under the card. But now finds herself 4 shots behind Lim Hee-jung. 18th hole has been a bit of an adventure. Left off the tee, stymied behind some trees, had to lay up back into the fairway. In the third shot from a long way back. And Im Jin-hee was all going very well, headed to 10 under par. Standing on 17T, took a bogey at the par 3, and this to avoid back-to-back bogeys to finish off her round. It's on a nice line. Great effort from Im Jin-hee, but a disappointing bogey finish. Just going to take the shine off what was a very solid performance today. 5 under par 67, which included that highlighter hole-in-one at the par 3 11th. Im Jin-hee will begin Sunday at 8 under alongside Park Ji-young, seeking a first major championship title. Roh Seong-hui, fiddly little one from the cabbage, short of 17. A delightful bit of touch. Soft grip pressure, the key there. Accelerated through nicely. She will salvage a nice par to stay at 9 under. Good afternoon's work for Roh Seong-hui. 1 hole left to play. Lim Hee-jung started to run away with it a bit. 4 birdies and 5 holes to start her back 9. She's opened up a 4-shot cushion over Hong Jung-min. Lee Ga-young a shot further back at 10 under par. Terrific tee shot right underneath the hole for Sung Yoo-jin. Right edge putt, slightly up the hill. Oh, gave the hole away. Just a little bit of a shove there. So just the par. 7 under par, good enough to sit in a share of 11th right now for Sung Yoo-jin. To 15. Choi Hee-young. His pace up and down several times. It's pretty steep where she is as far as lie goes. Did chip in on this hole yesterday, as you can see right here. So she knows there are 3s to be had. from off the left side of the green, although flag cut slightly further towards the middle section of the green today. You never know. You just need a little spark sometimes. Get that confidence back. Get a little bounce in your step going. Just got to stay positive. You don't want to be just trying to cozy one up. Especially in contention, in a pressure situation, easy to leave it short and then have a 6-footer for par. I'd rather be positive with it. Oh, that looks positive. That looks positive. Choi Hee-young for the second day in a row finds a birdie from the left side of 15. What a time to chip it in. Only the second birdie of the day, but my goodness, how big is that going to be for Choi Hee-young? Pitched it in the perfect spot. It was positive. She needed to stay aggressive. Just had enough to creep in over the front edge. And after treading water for most of the day, Choi Hee-young now moves into a share of 4th at 9 under par. As she heads up to the easy par 5 16th. Very nicely done. For a conventional 3, we'll call it. Lee Kai-young will move hard left off that bunker shoulder. Downhill the last third of this putt. Just a little bit lacking in speed for Lee Kai-young, but a par, no problems. Sole possession of 3rd at 10 under. She's within the magic 5 shots of Lim Hee-jung. Park Min-ji. Pay close attention as Choi Hee-young's ball trundled towards the hole. An identical line. But it's a very different result. Park Min-ji. Putter's gone cold at the worst possible time. Hasn't been able to find a birdie since the 3-putt bogey at the 11th. The defending champ just starting to slip out of touch. She's back at 8 under par. Now to 16 and Kwon Seo-yeon, who did have it to 10 under par briefly. She's well within range for her second shot to the 16th. Oh, leaked that a fraction right. It's okay. But yes, not a ton of real estate between the edge of the green and the flagstick from that angle for Kwon Seo-yeon. Lim Hee-jung, how about this performance she's putting together? 4 under in her first 5 holes in the back 9, stretches her advantage to 4 over Hong Jung-min. It's been a thrilling, moving day at Rainbow Hills so far. It's made bigger moves than the tournament leader, Lim Hee Jong, who's stretched her advantage, her overnight advantage of 1 to 4 shots now. But as she tackles the par 450, you see there all 3 players finding the fairway, but that green sits 21 meters above the level of the fairway. It's a blind second shot. Players can just about see the top third of the flagstick. You can see it from that brilliant camera angle right behind Kim Hee-jun, who's first to play. So hard to trust your yardage here on such a short hole. But you gotta make sure you carry it past the front edge of the green to leave yourself a chance. Nothing kicks up. Yep. Safely on the dance floor for Kim Hee-jun. Nice shot. Hee-jun just staying loose. 4 shots ahead of Hong Jung-min, who's now getting set to play. 2 of them with pretty much identical yardages in. You see the ball there of your tournament leader just behind Hong Jung-min. 20-year-old, second full season on the KLPGA Tour. 7-iron from 119 meters. Really went after that one, try to trap it. Is that going to work off the slope? Oh, yes, it will. Here it comes down the slope underneath the hole. Very smart shot from Hong Jung-min there. I mean, she is playing some very fine golf, but Lim Hee-jung has just been on another level for the last 2.5 days. A couple of yards. Pretty much identical shot, but she's got an 8-iron, so I don't think she's going to adopt the same strategy as Hong Jung-min here. This balanced swing, is it going to cover its yardage? Oh, unlucky. Takes a big kick off the front shoulder of the green and sort of rolls down right about pin high. Probably the worst shot she's hit on this 9 so far. It's still a 25-footer for birdie. Jump up ahead to the 18th, and Kim Soo-ji, last year's height Jinro champion, for a birdie at 18. Not going to drop for Soo-ji. 2 wins last year. OK Savings Bank Sayri Park Invitational for her first title, and then the height Jinro a couple of weeks later for her first major. What was a outstanding 2021 campaign for Kim Soo-ji. A 69 today, 7 under par with 1 round to play. It is quite a bit of a trudge up the hill to get to the 15th green. Maybe that's what Lim Hee-jung was stretching for. Pretty much the only thing that can stop her right now seems to be a pulled muscle. Jung Ji-min. 7-iron on the 17th. Audi on the line. One of the best shots we've seen into this par 3. Brilliant from Ji-min. Now Hee-jung. Up a little rise, everything bending to her left. Well, she's human after all. Just a par for Lim Hee-jung. Not that it's going to bother her. 15 under par, 3 holes left to play Saturday afternoon. Kwon Seo-yeon went for the green in 2. Missed it right, chopped it to here. This to get to 10. And that one never had a prayer. Took a hard left turn halfway to the hole. I mean, only having 190 meters, 187 meters for your second shot to walk off 16 with just a par. That'll be disappointing for Kwan Seo Yeon. 10 top 10 finishes on the Dream Tour last year, en route to earning her KLPGA Tour card. Yeah. Hong Jung-min, important putt to try to keep Lim Hee-jong in her sights. Now, grabbed a piece of the hole on the 14th. Same story on 15. It just won't drop for Hong Jung-min. Have another look at this. I mean, it always looked a bit right. Just needed a fraction more pace. It's a game of inches, golf. She is sort of 2 rolls away from only being 2 shots back. Now, bit of fiddly putt for Hee-jun to save a par. Left that first putt a little bit shy. That's nicely holed. Hanging tough, Kim Hee-jun. Hasn't really had her best stuff today. Only the 1 birdie on her scorecard, coming back at 11. Yeah, Jung Ji-min, terrific tee shot. Come on, Ji-min, pop it in. Oh, dear me. That is a golden chance. Slips by the wayside for Jung Ji-min too. Earning a share of 11th at 7 under par. Again, 1.2 billion Korean won. Prize purse up for grabs. It's a huge week for these players. Jung Ji-min too, just on the fringes of the top 10 at the moment. This is the par 5 16th. And third shot from the base of the hill to this slightly elevated green for Choi Hee-young. It's a huge week for her. I mentioned that big prize purse of 1.2 billion won. He's currently only made 12.6 million this season, making 3 cuts this year. And that's an okay shot. Chance for a birdie to get to double digits under par. It's 101st on the money list as things stand. This is the lady who tops that money list with just under 490 million Korean won, courtesy of 2 victories. Minji, 73 meters. Now that's more like it from Park Min-ji. Excellent shot. I think she can get it to 10 under par. It'll give Hee-jong something to think about. Of course, she's back on the tee. We've seen this before. We can just turn this over enough, catch the downslope. We can attack in 2. Get to birdie this hole all week long. Lim Hee-jong. Oh, but she might find a birdie or better, because that is in the ideal spot. Down the left half of the fairway. Catches the downslope. In the go zone now, the tournament leader at 15 under par. Very much in cruise control. Jung Min now on the tee. So has yielded 25 birdies. Here on day 3. No eagles yet. That one going to catch match the fast track down as well. She really has matched Lim Hee-jung pretty much shot for shot. Difference has just been Hee-jung's been able to get a couple of putts to drop. Hong Jung-min, and she's been denied once or twice. Kim Hee-jun. Want to open up the shoulders and unload on this one here. Needs a 4. She's going to catch that slope as well. 3 excellent tee shots by the 3 ladies in the final group this afternoon. All within range of attacking 16 green. Up on 16 green, Lee Ga-young. She went for it in 2, just short left of the green. She's drawn a nice line in the bunker. There's a fair bit of real estate to cover for Lee Ga-young. Looking out to the left, it does slope a fraction from left to right. Once she gets past that spine, it's one of those long bunker shots. Just have to trust and accelerate here. Just fraction heavy for Lee Ga-young. Just really protecting against thinning it over the other side of the green. You bring all sorts of problems into play. Ga-young still has an outside chance for birdie at 16, but Hee-jung and Jung-min in prime position down the 16th fairway. The easiest hole of the golf course is where you'll find the lady at 11 under par and the lady who leads by 4, Lim Hee-jung, in control of this Korean Women's Open here on day 3. only splash out to here, so long-range birdie putt for Lee Ga-young. Runs out of steam, and she's going to stay at 10 under. 5 shots adrift. Still a lot of golf to be played. 20 holes between her and the end of this championship. Up on the 18th, In Ju Yeon with this 35-footer right to left for a birdie to get to 7 under. Hello, In Ju Yeon. In it goes. A nice birdie on the 18th hole. A double bogey 7 at the 7th. Really putting pay to her chances. Still outside chance at 7 under. 69 today for In Ju Yeon. Always a nice way to finish with a birdie on the last. Well, chance here for Choi Hee-young to move to double digits alongside Lee Ga-young. Back-to-back birdies. No, wouldn't you know it? That chip in on 15 was just the spark she needed. She's reeled off a pair of birdies, and Choi Hee-young now finds herself at 10 under par in a share of third. Brilliant stuff from the 31-year-old. The last, Sung Yoo Jin. Can she find a 3 at the 18th? Not if it's that wide. Well, just the par for Sung Yoo Jin. Chances at 17 and 18 not materializing for the 25-year-old. A nice steady round of 70. He's on the all-popular mark of 7 under par in a share of 11th. Park Min-ji. Gotta have this one. Left to righter to get to 9. Looks good. It is good. Park Min-ji doing what you have to do on 16, finding birdies. Well, 7 fours in a row to start the back 9. Gets to 9 under par. Reclaims that shot she dropped at 11. Yeah, to 18, and Ro Seong-hui. Can she get to 10 under par? Remember, first in, last out. If this one drops as things stand, she could be in the final group Sunday afternoon. Hello, Ro Seong-hui. Took a look, decided it wanted to drop. Well done. A 67 for her. Bogey-free effort. Ro Seong-hui in at 10 under par with 18 to play. That's some very good golfing from Ro. Far from the drama of the 18th. Hong Jung-min ready to play into 16. Starting left, staying left. Oh, settle. Oh, no. And for the second time today, Hong Jung-min just comes over the top of one, smothers it left. Oh, and that is a big spot of bother. Hee-jung. It looks to be a layup here. Lofted club. Not taking it on in 2. Oh, that is a curious decision from the championship leader, which has got a 4-shot lead over the lady who's just hit it in the junk left of the par 5 16th. She has been very dialed in with her wedges today, so clearly she feels that is the optimal strategy. Kim Hee-jun, no layup here. 193 meters left. That one's starting well right. Is it going to sling back? Catches a piece of the green. It's going to hang on. That's a nice shot. Off the back edge. And 2-putt birdie. She'll get to 9 under. But Choi Hee-young, back-to-back birdies, now on the 17th. She's swinging with confidence again. It's a 7-iron from 160. And it's a very good 7-iron from 160. Choi Hee-young leaving it late on Saturday. It's just got her perked up. She believes she can still do it here. Now, Hee-jung, favorite club in hand, should be a wedge from 98 meters. Brilliant from Lim Hee-jung. Thinking clearly, executing well. And the search party for Hong Jung-min's golf ball, looks like they've identified it. Oh, there it is. It's right up against the base of one of those little shrubs. And again, I mean, what kind of options does she have? Take line of sight, or sort of, beg your pardon, the point where that ball is and go as far back as she wants. It possibly could take 2 club lengths. Still be in some shrubs. It's now the most perilous game of pick-up sticks. If she's got a backswing, if she can advance that ball, even if she doesn't chop it all the way to the green, she can get it just around the edge of it. Now, scramble out of here with a 5. I know you're thinking 4, especially trying to catch Lim Hee-jung. You don't want to take unnecessary risks. I'm not saying that second shot was a risk, it was just poor execution. It looks like she's just going to try to bunt this ball back into play. As long as she's got enough for a backswing, that's fine. Just get the sense of, yeah, that's more like it. On that angle, she'll have a little bit more room to work the club, sort of swing it back. If she tried to be a little bit too greedy, trying to advance it too much towards the green, it could be a short backswing, and you're almost trying to force a follow-through out. Easy to whiff it. Now exploring her options. Where can she drop it? 2 club lengths. Looks like she's taking an unplayable lie, so take a penalty drop, 2 club lengths away. Even if she does take a penalty drop, obviously no nearer the hole, does take a penalty drop. Now she needs to get up and down to save par. I mean, it's no tantalizing prospect either way. At least you take the big number out of play. So while she works that one out, up to 17 quickly with Park Min-ji. Choi Hee-young just hit a stunner into this par 3. And Park Min-ji comes up with one of her own. These two now starting to find their groove late Saturday afternoon. Safely on the green in 2 was Kim Hee-jun, who now has this outside chance for an eagle. Be very happy to cozy it down close from 65 feet. And that's exactly what she's going to do. Good lag from Kim Hee-jun. Third and final player in the penultimate group, Lee Ga-young. Already seen 2 excellent tee shots to the 17th. But this one just tugged a fraction. Pales in comparison to the 2 tee shots of her playing partners, but that's a fine effort from Lee Ga-young. All 3 players with looks at birdie. Hong Jung-min's taken her drop. So now playing 4. It doesn't look like that ball's lying in a very good spot. Still has to look out towards the front of the green, so 6 is the goal here. That one's packing some heat, needs to settle down. Oh, has that caught that front bunker? I mean, really, it's just been 2 bad swings for Hong Jung-min. She escaped with a bogey back on the 9th. She's hoping she can do the same here on 16. Jung Ji-min flirting with the water short of the 18th green. That ball was safe. And that's a nice bit of touch from Jung Ji-min too. There's a big old group of players at 7 under par. 6 of them, to be precise. She's got that left for a 2 under par 70. Jump back a hole to Lee Guy-Young for her birdie at 17. Can she get it to 11 under? Move ahead of Hong Jung-min, who you feel is going to drop at least one. It's a good positive stroke. And that ball remains above ground for Lee Guy-Young. Here's Hong Jung-min standing out of the bunker. Looks to be an awkward stance. It's almost like she's going around this 16th green. Shoulders have slumped, a little bit deflated. Just get the sense that the relentless pressure from Lim Hee-jung, the tournament leader, is just forcing some mistakes from Hong Jung-min. Park Min-ji, all of a sudden, with an opportunity to climb the double digits under par. Just a little bit of right to left in this. Well done. Park Min-ji, birdie, 16-17. She gets to 10 under, and if not for Lim Hee-jung's fantastic golf, this would be a very congested leaderboard. A lot of players still in the mix. Now, 6th shot for Jung-min, back on 16. Well, not to be a great escape bogey this time for Hong Jung-min. It's a very costly double bogey 7 on the easiest hole on the golf course. And it's a double bogey that takes Hong Jung-min out of sole possession of second. And now all the way back down to a share of 6th at 9 under par. Yikes. Well, come on, Hee-young. This would be some birdie to follow in Park Min-ji for 3 in a row. Oh, you are kidding. It was a delightful tee shot. It was not the most committed stroke. Only a par for Choi Hee-young. 4 players now tied at 10 under par, including Lee Guy-young, who brushes in for her 3 at the 17th. It's been a nice round of golf from Lee Guy-young, bogey-free on the day. All of a sudden, Lim Hee-jung has this to open up a 6-shot cushion. It's for birdie to get to 16 under. Ooh. Well, I don't know if she's going to be second-guessing the decision to lay up, but without doing anything, the lead extends further to 5 shots over 4 players. Lim Hee-jung marching up to the 17th tee, very much in control of the championship. $300 million Korean won for first place. Fair amount of change for second and third as well. So still a lot to play for. Kim Hee-jun has to move alongside Hong Jung-min in a share of 6. Nice 2-putt birdie. Well played hole. Returns to 9 under par. So Lim Hee-jung at 15. 4 players at 10. Couple of players at 9. If not for Hee-jung's fantastic golf today, it's a very bunched leaderboard. But Lim Hee-jung now 5 shots clear of second place with just 2 holes left to play this Saturday afternoon at the Korean Women's Open. 4, 18th hole, the closing hole here at beautiful Rainbow Hills Golf and Country Club. Stretches out to 380 meters. The fairway cambers from right to left, and it almost forces you to try and hit a little fade to hold it up against the pitch of the fairway. It's an innocuous fairway because it looks wide off the tee, but if you just turn it over a fraction, very easy to run through into some heavy rough up the left-hand side. The second shot plays mostly over water to a peninsula-shaped kidney green guarded by water short, left, and long, and a couple of bunkers up the right-hand side. The pin today on the closing par 4 sits 19 paces from the front and just 10 from the left. See there from the heat map, the pin does pitch back to front and right to left. But 18 has yielded a couple of birdies today. Step 1, find the fairway. Capped off a victory last year in emphatic fashion with a birdie on the 72nd hole. Ooh, that one just getting caught up in the second cut of rough on the right-hand side. Not going to be able to be too aggressive from that spot. Well, you'd rather be in that rough than the heavy stuff up the left. Young. Disappointed to not walk off 17, having made 3 birdies in a row, but she's right in the thick of things in a share of second. Gonna knuckle down and put one more good swing on it. Exactly what she has done. Should get a nice kick. There it goes. Very good position. Choi Hee-young has only ever missed the cut twice in the Korea Women's Open. Let's finish coming all the way back in 2008, 8th that year. Elevates her game for this major championship. Ga-young on the left side of the tee box. She doesn't need to keep eyes on that. She knows exactly where it's going. Straight down the middle and a long way down at that. She knows a birdie probably going to be good enough to get her in the final group tomorrow afternoon. What a treat that would be. Lim Hee-jung, Lee Ga-young, 2 of the finest in the women's game in South Korea. Now back down to 17. Kim Hee-jun. Seen a couple of players pepper the pin over the last hour. But nobody's scared the hole just yet. Hee-jun with a 7-iron from 160. Another very good shot to this front right pin. Oh, Kim Hee-jun has a chance to get to 10 under par as well. It's a comfy 5-shot spread for Lim Hee-jung at the moment. There's a whole host of players at 8, 9, and 10 under par ready to pounce should she slip up tomorrow afternoon. Maybe very brave to bet against Lim Hee-jung running away with it in the form that she's in. This one hitting to the left edge of the green. Okay, that's all she needs to do right now. Middle of the green, 2 putts. Catch me if you can. And you try too hard, you push too hard. A couple of loose swings, like Hong Jong-min has made today on 9 and 16. That could be costly. So last to play, the Doosan match play champion. She's a patient plodder, Hong Jong-min. See how she responds to that double bogey. It's a 7-iron as well. Just coming up a little short. Wind's gone out of the sails for Hong Jung-min. Kwon Seo-yeon to make it a quintet of players. Oh, at 10 under par, and can't get that one to fall.
셋업 들어가면 핸드폰 버튼 누르지 말아주세요.
Well, sitting okay, but it's a scary looking shot. Ball well above her feet, which does make it want to come out.
네, 알겠습니다.
A bit of hook spin. As you can see over her left shoulder, nothing good. The left-hand side of 18, so she's got to look at that first of the two greenside bunkers. One way back at 166. Ooh, hung it well right, and haven't seen anyone up there this week. You don't really blame her. Trouble up the left-hand side. Perfect lie for Choi Hee-young. The home hole. Just 149 left, plays slightly downhill. Just got to knuckle up and make a good swing here, taking dead aim. Just leaking a fraction right. And it's very nicely done. So that putt to post 11 under par after 3 rounds. Choi Hee-young to 17. Jung-min. Makeable chip, just short of the green. It's okay. A touch tentative. That face tells you the story. He has been best displeased over the last 15 minutes or so. Ga-young now. A couple of yards closer. It's in a good line. Has it got the number? Yes, it does. So Ga-young and Hee-young, both with birdie looks on 18. Your tournament leader with this birdie look on 17. Pretty flat putt, moving from left to right. She couldn't, could she? Oh, she wasn't far away. That was a brave effort from Lim Hee-jung. And a par, good enough. 15 under, 5 shots ahead. 1 hole to play this Saturday evening. 18 holes away from a second major title. Well, 4 players at 10 under. Kim Hee-jun with this to make it 5. And there are 5 players at 10 under par. Kim Hee-jun with a delightful birdie on 17. Gets to 10 under par. Joins the chasing pack, 5 back. And the lady who was hot on the heels of Lim Hee-jung for most of the day now going to find herself in a share of 7th, 6 shots adrift. Still 1 under for her 3rd round. And a lot can happen on Major Championship Sunday. It's Lim Hee-jung well out in front as things stand at 15 under par. Hee-young and Ga-young, both with birdie looks to come on the closing hole. What does Park Min-ji have in store for us on 18? Downhill lie, ball nestled down slightly. Water behind the green, bunkers to carry. Oh, that is a brave shot. That is an excellent shot from Park Min-ji. Exquisite from the 8-time KLPGA Tour champion. Very nicely done. A chance to scramble away with a par at the closing hole. Back on the tee box. One of her fellow players in the group at 10 under, Kim Hee-jun. Just at the right point of the hospitality tent. Nicely done. Down the middle for Kim Hee-jun. One of these players looking for birdie to get into the final group. Here's one of them, Choi Hee-young. Downhill left to righter. Oh, it's carrying a bit of speed, not going to take the break. Had a great chance, slide away on 17. Good effort on 18. Choi Hee-young battled bravely for that 2 under par 70. 10 under, 18 holes to play. Huge week for the 31-year-old. Driver has been working well all throughout this championship so far. With her distance, she definitely needs to look at the right edge of the fairway. Got a good break yesterday, leaked it right, flirted with the outer bounds. No mistake today. That is absolutely throttled up the middle of the fairway for Lim Hee-jung. Comfortably out in front at 15 under par. Hong Jung-min rounding out this group with the final tee shot on the 18th Saturday afternoon. It just ticks past 5 p.m. in the evening local time in South Korea. Great looking swing. Just turning over a fraction perhaps. Get a nice soft bounce. Stay there, stay there. Okay. Just avoids the secondary cut of rough that gobbled up Park Yun-kyung's ball 12 months ago. Lee Ga-young has this to get into the final group Sunday afternoon. Underneath the hole, it's a great look. Bit of right to left movement in it. Gotta be positive. This for birdie to get to 11 under. Just a bit too much heat. But you know what? That's what you want to see from Lee Ga-young on a weekend. It's a part of a game that she's the first to admit has not been up to scratch, especially when in contention on the KGA Tour. Gave that a run. Now Park Min-ji. This would be some up and down to take her into the final round at 10 under par. Oh, wouldn't you know it, Park Min-ji escapes with a par at the last. It's a round of 69 for the 2021 Korean Women's Open champion. She starts Sunday at 10 under par. Lee Ga-young will be one of those on that mark as well. 22-year-old with this for par. Nicely done. Lee Ga-young. As things shape up right now, he's going to be in the penultimate group tomorrow afternoon. 3 players in this group sitting on 10 under through 3 rounds. Really good day's work from Ga-young, Hee-young, and Park Min-ji. is going to walk down that fairway and onto the Peninsula Green in 24 hours' time with one hand on the trophy. Odds on favour at the moment, Lim Hee Jeong. There's a quintet of players 5 shots back. Kim Hee Jun, one of them, that will be hoping to spoil the party. She's first to play with a 7-iron from 146. Just came out of that a fraction. Hung it out to the right. It's okay, but it's not really in birdie range for Kim. Hong Jung-min just running through the fairway, so not going to be able to stop this quickly. If she wants to try to take on this pin, she's going to have to employ a rather bold line from 138. Just left of the TV tower. And coming out of the rough, she's going to have to only carry this about 5-6 paces past the front edge of the green. Contact was good. Just fanned it out to the right a touch. So just got off the boil over the last 3-4 holes for Hong Jung-min. Still very much in the picture. Hee Jung. It's been an imperious display of golf over the first 53 holes. The 21-year-old major champion. Enormous tee shot. And the last only 8-iron left. Slightly above her feet, so she can aim it 15-20 feet right. Just let it come back. She's going to be tough to beat tomorrow, Lim Hee Jeong. She continues to play the kind of golf that we've seen over the first 3 days. It's another solid iron shot from the 4-time titleist. Look at that, just a nice weight shift onto the left-hand side. Good compression, good acceleration. Such a textbook modern golf swing, and it's one that has helped Hee Jeong build a 5-shot cushion. Can she be caught? That is the million-dollar question heading into tomorrow's final round. Scenes around the 18th green at Rainbow Hills. Birdie opportunities of varying distances for this final group of the day. Hong Jong-min first to putt. Not able to be too aggressive with where her ball finished up just through the fairway in the first cut of rough. A chance to get to 10 under par and make it 6 players on the mark. Of course, Kim Hee-jun has a birdie look to come. Hong Jong-min, I know she wants to try and hold this, but the last thing you want is to get a rush of blood to the head and leave yourself a 4-footer coming back. That's from just about 50 feet. It's trying, it's on a lovely line, and a couple of rolls short for Hong Jong-min. Well, she is going to be a little bit disappointed with the way that things have panned out today, especially with that double on 16. And a 1 under par round of 71. It's going to leave her in a share of 7th at 9 under. Just 18 holes to play at the moment. That's 6 shots back. For the moment, anyway. Kim Hee-jun. Seen this putt a few times. Similar-ish to Lee Ga-young's putt. Lee Ga-young's line, I should say. Albeit double the distance. Right to left doesn't move as much as players think. Oh, that's on a very nice line, but just hangs out to the right. The 22-year-old taps in for a par. It's a solid day's work for Kim Hee-jun. 1 under par round of 71, matching the effort of Hong Jong-min. 5 players at 10 under. 5 shots back of this lady, who is going to be very keen to stretch it to 6. Kim Hee-jun, 2019 winner at Blackstone for her lone major title. Only missed 1 cut on the KLPGA Tour last year. Finished 4th at this championship. Looking to go a couple of spots better. Hee-jun for a birdie and a 6-shot lead. Would it surprise anyone? Lim Hee-jun cards the 2nd lowest round of the day. Comes home in 31 shots. A 66 for the 2nd day in a row. A 6-shot cushion with 18 to play. Brilliant golf from Lim Hee-jun. Have another look at this. Eyes were as wide as saucers. A 5th birdie in the back 9. 31 shots coming home. A pair of 66s on Friday and Saturday. That leaves her in firm control of this championship. It's her Open to lose. Lim Hee-jun. Well, anything can happen on a major championship Sunday, but you certainly want to be starting with a 6-shot lead. That's exactly the margin that Lim Hee-jun will carry into the final round of the Korea Women's Open. Brilliant golf from the 21-year-old. Rainbow Hills Golf Club has certainly been a benign test over the first 3 rounds. I think it's going to stay that way. Weather forecast going to be very similar to what it's been over these first 3 rounds for the final day's play tomorrow. Scoring record at the Korean Women's Open, 17 under par, set by Oh Ji-hyun in 2018 and matched by Park Min-ji en route to her victory last year. Lim Hee-jung is going to start Sunday at 16 under, so the tournament scoring record very much in jeopardy. But an 8 birdie outing for Lim Hee-jung. 20 birdies already made this week by your championship leader. Looking to climb the points list. Currently sits 28th on that points list. Best finish of the year. 3rd place at the Doosan match play after being dumped out by Hong Jung-min in the semi-finals. Did win her 3rd, 4th placing match. But she's well out in front here at the 2nd major championship of the year. Choi Hee-young, a 2-time winner on tour. A lot of questions this week about how she would respond to the pressure. Well, I think she got off to the dream start, curling in that birdie on the first. Lim Hee-jung, which she did yesterday. Delightful wedge shot into the second for the 2nd day in a row. Go on to make birdie there, but Hong Jung-min, well, she got off to a fantastic start. Threw in a great little 67 yesterday and used the backstop to perfection. The 2 of them tussled at the match play. Jung-min emerged victorious in a 2-hole playoff in the semi-finals there. And it was a bit of a match play situation on the front 9. Jung-min birdieing the 2nd. Hee-jung birdieing on top of her. The 21-year-old carried a 1-shot lead into the weekend. She would only continue to extend it. Roh Seong-hui had a very efficient moving day as well. There's her 2nd shot into the 5th, setting up a birdie there. The 6th, Hee-jung, well, she'd get the putter fired up, just coming off a bogey at the 5th, responded in brilliant fashion. And that birdie at the par 3 to get back to 1 under for the day and 11 under for the championship. But a couple of groups ahead, well, the shot of the day coming from last year's BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup champion, In Jin Hee, with pretty much a slam dunk hole-in-one on the 11th hole. That jump-started her back 9. Kim Hee-jun. Beg your pardon, this was Lim Hee-jung. I made the same mistake twice. That was a birdie on the 8th. Delightful stuff from Hee-jung. And at the 10th, after dropping a shot at the 9th, well, a case of deja vu. Lim Hee-jung with wedge in hand, sticking it to the perfect spot just underneath the hole. Only led by 1 at this stage. Pair of Hee-jung and Jung-min would trade birdies on 10, and then at 11, Lim Hee-jung flag hunting again. Very fine tee shot. And an even better putt. So the lead was 2 at that point for Lim Hee-jung. Birdie start to the back 9. Then at 13, just coming out of the right rough after seeing Hong Jung-min stick one into close range. Hee-jung took a gamble trying to pitch it as close to the bunker as she did, but handsomely rewarded. That ball feeding down to kick in range for a birdie 3. Up ahead on 16 was Roh Seong-hui, needing to take advantage of the easiest hole in the golf course, laid up with a 2nd. A delightful wedge, better to 9 under par. Hee-jung, well, she wants to take a piece of the 14th hole home with her. She's birdied it Thursday, Friday, and again today. She could do no wrong. The 21-year-old 4-time champion, 4 under in her first 5 holes to start the back 9. And on 15, looked like it was starting to get away from Choi Hee-young. Chipped in on this hole yesterday. And wouldn't you know it, she replicated the feat on Saturday. That really helped spur her on to the finish that she needed, because she would get up to the very next hole, laid up with her second, indifferent wedge to there, back-to-back birdies, taking Choi Hee-young to double digits under par. Massive week for the 31-year-old. Hong Jung-min, well, she was hanging tough with Hee-jung all the way. This loose second shot into the par 5 16th, got a big kick, trickled across the cart path and ended up in an unplayable spot. Disaster for the 20-year-old Hong Jung-min. Took it unplayable, still couldn't go at the flagstick. That one chased across the front of the green, ended up in an awkward spot just outside the bunker. It was all starting to unravel. Couldn't get to the green with her fifth shot either. Sixth for bogey. Well, never really looked like it was going to go in. The disastrous double bogey sent Hong Jung-min spinning back down the leaderboard to 9 under. And on the 18th, well, there was some excitement. Saw a couple of birdies. 5 players at 10 under par. 5 back at the time. Hee-jung said, no, I prefer 6. A brilliant birdie from the championship leader to post 16 under with 1 round to play. 8 birdies in a round of 66 for Lim Hee-jung. And it's the 21-year-old who enjoys a 6-shot cushion over 5 players. Roh Seong-hui, Park Min-ji, Choi Hee-young, Kim Hee-jun, and Lee Ga-young staying as close as they can, but it's Lim Hee-jung's championship to lose. Hong Jung-min will rue the loose swing she made on 9 and 16. She'll start Sunday at 9 under par in a share of 7th alongside Kwon Seo-yeon. What a day of golf it's been from Rainbow Hills here on day 3. We do hope you'll join us for the thrilling conclusion to the 36th Korea Women's Open. Same time, same place tomorrow afternoon. But until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying bye-bye for now.